I don't even know how to progress through the game anymore. I sort of turned that off, and I've just been so gun-ho into playing Power World that, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, playing Power World right now. Like, that's literally where my brain's going towards. It's like, okay, finish this game, we're going to play Power World. Because I am just so addicted to it right now. And while I probably won't play it for the channel unless friends of mine want to play it too, which I doubt it, but anyway, like, this is the same kind of thing that happened with Unturned. If you don't know, Unturned was pretty much like a Minecraft-esque survival game that was like a zombie survival game, which was fun. It has you can punch down trees, you can sort of like everything like Minecraft had, but it's a little bit different. And it was a lot of fun. I loved it so much. I think it was I can't remember when it was. And I hope that YouTube's not gonna go play their videos. Or so I could just mute Firefox, I guess. I can just mute my browser. That'll probably be the safer option. I can find out when they were. If I can find out when they were playing it, I'll know. I think it was this one. Yeah. Okay. In 2016. Okay, so it was 2016 then. Okay. So yeah, so in 2016, apparently June 30th. Let's see here. Because that's around where I found out about the game. I gotta go through a lot of years. Yeah, let me see here. So it was around here. Yeah, so we'll say about... So June maybe, we'll say early July. Okay, we'll go to early July. Early July, I started playing Unturned. By mid-August, maybe late August even, I stopped playing Unturned. Or I stopped being like... I don't want to say I stopped playing Unturned. I stopped playing it like every day. Like for a while, I would wake up, play Unturned. Then I would only get up just to get something to eat or go to the washroom, then go right back to playing Unturned. Thankfully, this is before I had any sort of other, like, life stuff that I needed to do, so it was actually really good for me. But again, like, I would wake up, play Unturned, that's immediately what I'm doing with Power World. Like, every other game is taking a back seat while I'm playing Unturned, and I know for a fact that that is not good for my channel. Because while that might be good for Unturned, like, that might be good for Power World, that's not good for Pokemon Crystal, Oblivion modded playthrough, and for, what's the other one that's there? Pixelmon Adventures. Like, it's not good for those three. And it's even, like, the same kind of thing that happened with when I was trying to do Circuit Craft with Borderlands 3, like, when I was trying to juggle those two series. One series I'd be so addicted with, but then the other one I'd be like, it's there. And no matter how many times I want to try and say, hey, I don't mind playing those kinds of games, though. Like, right now, I'm holding off on playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I have it. It's still installed on my PC. I'm just not recording it right away because I don't know how I'm going to schedule 3 different games in one bracket. Because on the 2024 update, I said that the first slot's going to be Oblivion, the middle slot's going to be whatever else with Minecraft, and the third slot's going to be Pokemon. Now, you could say that Power World is Pokemon-like, that it could fit into that slot. Same thing with Pixelmon Adventures, it could fit into that slot. But I also tell you, though, that it's 2 different games, because Power World is Power World, it's its own game. But for But for Pixelmon, the base game is not a Pokemon game. It's Minecraft. So if it was like, oh, there was a Pokemon game that was like Minecraft, or it had Minecraft like models. If it was like that game, hey, I'd be all for it. Be like, hey, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. But for this, it's completely different. So I can't say anything about it. But in terms of Palworld, like, we're practically done the story. Well, I say story. There's not really a story. But we are pretty much done with the overall, like, recordings kind of thing. I think the only thing that I would love to do is just be able to stream it on my own time kind of thing. So, like, unfortunately, though, the best time for me to stream is very, very limited as of right now. So it'll only be like maybe like a day. Maybe I might be able to stretch it for 2 days a week, but that's all I can do. I can't go any further than that because there's nothing I can do. Sure, let's use Bubble Beam. That's gonna work against the Pikachu, right? But yeah, but like that's the kind of thing though that I always find about these kinds, this kind of like this is the whole thing that I find about like these kinds of indie games that are like they're highly into the early access eras. Like, yes, they're very fun, but like at some point I get so addicted to them that I get lost in it. Like, I think lately I just got what was the game called? I'm not even gonna go look at my Steam. I have a shortcut for it, so I'm just gonna go look for that. What did I get? I got like a whole bunch of games this weekend, which was awesome. Spans my games category by a huge margin. I know one of them was a repeat. Actually, technically 2 of them were repeats. Mostly repeats. It's because I have them on the Switch, and I definitely don't want to play them on the Switch now. Steam, there we go. Yeah, now my Steam library is getting bigger now. Let's see here. What was the game that I got? Oh, Valheim. That's what it was. So I heard a lot of good things about it. And I'm not saying that it's a bad game, but like I played it for about 20 seconds, I think. Actually, was it 20 seconds? It has to be longer than 20 seconds. There's no way I played it for 20 seconds. 16 minutes. And by the way, that 16 minutes was me mostly trying to figure out how to get the server to work. That's all it was. It was me getting the server to work and how to get this PC to connect to Cube and then back, pretty much. Because apparently, following what the one person said, I couldn't do it. It wouldn't read Cube, and for some odd reason, okay. So allow me to explain how connecting to one of Cube's servers work, okay? So for my ISP, they have an app that allows you to pretty much what is it? To sort of manage your modem / router, whatever you want to call it, pretty much. I don't know which one it is because it's a dual thing, which I will be changing at some point. Anyway, so what they do is they have an app that allows you to do all your normal manage devices section, pretty much. Like, that's all well and cool, kind of thing. But for... And where's my tablet? There it is. My tablet has it. So one of the things that you can do with the app itself is you can actually set up port forwarding. You can set up port forwarding depending on what you want. And of course, my tablet has an update. Yay! Tablet has an update. Hopefully it performs better. So anyway, so like you can set up port forwarding. That's how I have my Minecraft server being. I have it so that it forwards any ports that are from that sort of the ports, like it sort of like forwards that port kind of thing. And then same thing with all the other games. Mind you, I found it that when I had what was it? I feel like there's going to be any lag. I'm gonna remote into Cube right now. I don't need to, but I like having Cube being remoted in. It's the good old days, back where I had to do this every day, just to be able to do those, like, that tiniest thing. Game servers. Let's see, port information. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, so like all of this has like all the port informations for like everything. So like I could look at so I have apparently 6 different servers that have like different port information. Any other servers, like let's say Terraria doesn't require a port open because it's always open, let's say. Then obviously I don't need a text document that tells me what ports need to be opened. But like for Terraria, I could look at it and go, okay, so it says this needs this port. Okay, let me go check to see if my port is already like open. Oh no, it isn't. Hang on a second, let me go do that. Doop, 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 done. I have the numbers here. They're perfect. It's like, okay, what other numbers do I need? Oh, I need this this one because this is how it works. It's like, okay, give me a second, I'll go do that quick. And then boom, boom, done. I think Arc was the one that took a lot. Yeah, Arc took like 4 ports. Yeah, Arc took like 4 ports, and it was very confusing. So the thing with this is that, like, I don't know if this is just a normal everyday thing, or it was just like how my ISP judges port forwarding in general. But when I had like all these servers ports opened, I would see a dip in how much my internet would actually function. Like when I'm watching YouTube videos, let's say, because like I'm grinding on Pokemon, I would see sometimes that my internet would disconnect randomly. And I'd be confused. I'd be like, why did my internet just like dip all of a sudden? And no matter how many times I do speed tests and all that stuff to see if it might be like a speed connection thing or something on like that, it would show up nothing. And every time I did a network, there was a network diagnostic tool I think you do on Windows kind of thing to see if like it's like something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And again, it would tell me that there's nothing wrong. So I got confused. So as soon as I disabled my Terraria server, my Minecraft Bedrock server, and my Ark Survival server, my internet's not cutting out. So I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And the sad thing is that I wonder if this is just a way that they found it to be better or not. But for my ISP, they don't allow you to tell you to, or they don't allow it so that like you can just turn off a port kind of thing. So like you could put in a port's number and it enables it, but you can't disable it but keep the relevant information there. And I think for Pal World, I don't need any ports opened, or they were already open. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's already open, I'm not 100% sure. But, like, if I needed to enable it on my ISP, I would have to manually type it in, unless it already has it registered, which was really funny that it had Minecraft already there. But then, in order for me to disable it, I have to delete that entry, instead of telling it to disable it. But keep that information there, so the next time I need it, it's just a click of a button to enable. like that would make things 10 times easier for me. So that I will need these text documents anymore. I just need to, you know, just click a button. Boom, done. That's why I have these text documents, because I have to do it. I have to do it manually every time. And I only put the more relevant, like, ports kind of thing. So, like, the bare minimum ports for that server to function. And not only that, though, like, it's also just so, though, like, I don't have to go fishing for those websites again to find out what ports I need open. It's like, okay, it's all here. I've already done all that research to find those port information. So, here's where that information came from. Let's go and use that. And that's exactly what this is. I'm using that relative information to doing all of this. And that's all it is. And the sad thing is that before, when I was recording Serica the Serica server was always running. And while I did the last Pixelmon Adventure server playthrough, I was very surprised by this, but I can actually load both the Pal World server and Pixelmon Adventure server and still have it function normally. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, okay. I can disable that then. That was very confusing. Oh, I do have to change something in the PAL server, though. Should I do it on recording? You know what? It gives me something to do. Yep. I say that like I'm not recording, but it gives me something to do while I'm recording. Because mostly it's just waiting for this to be done. I wonder if this actually does work. I'll have to test this out. If it does, ooh, I found a cheat system to keep the mods on there then. Okay, this is the last one. If it does work, ooh, so good. Let's see. It still.